Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today I'm working on that back page piece for Craftly Hall. I don't know. It's going to be more like a folder, file folder sort of situation. So that's what we're going to play with. I have all these little pieces and parts all around me here. I've got them all cut out, mostly inked. I did choose to use this. This is a white envelope. You can actually see where it kind of has the line going down the middle. But it was for the Powhatan arrow. You can see the little Indian head here and the arrow. And this is a place that sells items from the trains where I go to research over in Kermit, West Virginia. I was able to get photos of trains going through the town, and they had like different maps that you could purchase. There's one about the train cars and uh, the signal houses, and maybe the depots. I'm not really sure, but there may be something on the depot. But they were really interesting, so I had ordered one of the photos from them. Actually, let me get one and show you. This actually may have been the one that came out of this envelope that they sent. But you can see the train coming through north and western, I think the N and W means. And here is the signal house. And there's a train back here. I believe this is like a track, like an off track that they can park cars and things like that. It's a double track here, so they go this way and that way. The depot is right down here, the little Kermit depot. And actually, if you look, you can almost see the cemetery. It's right up here on this crest of this hill. Hiram Stepp owned the land, and he actually lived. There's like a little holler down here that kind of goes up in there, and they call it Schoolhouse Holler because that's where the high school was and the grade school. And actually, he owned um, most of the land that you see here. He did divide it off eventually to all of his children, and they eventually sold it, and it became a town. And you can see some of the buildings here, which I've had a great time trying to identify and figure out. So, yeah. And one of these is like the mail carrier. I don't think it's this one. There's something usually here. It's got a big hook on it that would hold like a big sack of mail. And when the train came through, it didn't even have to stop. Just slow down a little bit and it picked that up. Okay, anyhow, let's get back to what I need to do. All right, so I've got this, and I glued both the front and the back of this envelope together. I cut it down a little bit. It's actually the size of one of these background pages of the Craftly Hall. And I just had this one extra. I had a blue one. I thought this one went better with the color scheme. So what I want to do now is, and of course I already went ahead and kind of glued this down, and I inked the back side, as you can see, with some of my different inks. It didn't get all the way out to the outside edge, but that's okay. It might be that I used some of the really dark to do that part. So let me kind of just go around here and dull down some of that white. I've also went in here and put me a score line right down the center because it's going to fold up. I cut something just a little off there, but it's actually going to fold up into kind of like a booklet. I guess you could call it a booklet. And I'm going to get around here to the other side. I'm using my scorched timber. Of course, I'm reaching way over there, so let me pull it. Oh, yeah, let me get that on here. It needed something darker. And this is going to be nicely scuffed up looking. It's supposed to be an old folder kind of thing that came out of his briefcase. The briefcase itself, I think I mentioned that this was going to be the briefcase, but no. The briefcase is probably going to be the cover. I'm going to try to make that faux leather with a bag, paper bag. And so I'm going to use that to put on the cover and try to make it look like that is his satchel briefcase, kind of like this little thing. See how he's got it open and he's got all of his thingies inside of it. And I still need to work on a few of my items that are to go into like the little file folders that's throughout the journal itself. I was supposed to be putting some notes and things that I thought he may have put along the way as he's researching, because the whole story itself was from their case file. So we have to think about that as well. I've seen where people have, I need to get on Tracy's site here and see if anybody's been doing anything lately with Craftly Haul. There was a few late bloomers like me. I was definitely a late bloomer. Okay, it's going to fold right there, so I'm going to go ahead and really get the black on that, well, not black, scorched timber on this edge, because I had cut this piece of paper apart and I was intending for it to be like going down for the background of one of the pages. And I think I did a reshuffle at one time, and I liked another page better and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, so there we go. That's done. Now I'm still debating whether I want to do anything inky with these. Now what these are, I have no clue where they come from. Probably Mom. They look like they got 25 cents on them. So they were a gold line index ring binder. I think I must have cut them off at one point. A lot of them were open, but it looks like they went into a ring binder. They had the little clear tab on it, and they were 14 by 8.5. And so I cut this down to be the size that would fit right inside of here. And I have a tab at the top on each one. I went and scored it in the center. Let's see about pushing that down. And I thought 8 sides would do it. I do need to make sure I have room for the business cards, identification cards. That's what they are. For the inspectors, for the yeah, for whatever he is, investigator. Thank you. Because my mind just went. So it's not exactly, it's an awful clean background. So, you know, I may just do the outside edge after I get everything on there. So the cards here need to be glued together and the names glued on them. And then his is going to kind of be maybe front and center. He may be on this one. And then Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy sent me these. And of course they're too small. They're too small for this to go in. But, and especially hers, she's wide. So I'm going to actually use her as a guide. And I'm cutting this one down. And let me pull her over here where I can grab her real quick. Let me get the cutter. Thank you for everybody coming to visit. I really appreciate it. And I hope you get some ideas here for your Craftly haul. If anybody's doing it, give me a shout out if you are. I'm interested. I know Allison is doing it. And she was sort of just behind me at one point. So, oh, I got to cut the other side so they can go together. Yeah, Allison was doing it, and I don't know how far along she got. I know she asked me about the pile of stones the other day, and she kind of like me, you know, we're trying to figure this out, and some of it has not been explained very well. And to tell the truth, it seems like Tracy and Justin are going to other things now. It's like they're like tour guides or something. They started a new YouTube channel, and I think they're going out and they're showing things and yeah. Anyway, I want them to get back to doing some kind of a spooky story that is a follow-up to Craftley Hall for October. I might have to be doing it myself. You never know. Sometimes you just may have to do what you can do to fulfill the needs. Okay, let me see if I can get all that on there. And she is just right, and it's not too wide, right? Nope, just right. Okay. Everybody goes down. Yeah. And we don't need to worry about inking it, but it would be nice to, oh yeah, rough it up a little bit. We're going to rough it up. Yeah, I don't know what's going to be on the bottom of this, but would Ernest, maybe Ernest's name, because he could be in the front. Now, how did that happen? All right, let me get that back on there. Maybe his name could be down there. I must have roughed it up too much, right? Yeah, right there. He could be the very first one you could see. Yeah, so that'll work. I don't exactly know how much I need to go in here. From what I understand with what I'm finding here, and I had to put the people together from early to later in life, and there was 3 sets of twins. That's my understanding. There's 3 sets. So they are in here. Oh, good. I was worried if that lip was the other way, I would get stuck going down. But see, yeah. So I don't think it is going to be any bother. So let's get this down. And the way this works, you'll do the outside edges all the way around, and everything else is unglued. Yes, it's becoming unglued. All right. My husband took off, so I thought, perfect time to do another video. I just don't like to do it when he's here. He'll go out there and watch something on TV, and I can usually fake myself out and come back here and close the door a little bit, and I can handle it. I don't know, I guess I'm shy. Ooh, that one, ooh. They look like they're kind of propped open a little bit. Oh, it is. Let me get up under here. Get some business taken care of here. Okay, let's get Ernest's name on here. And what I'm going to do with this is sew it in kind of like a signature. So I'll do that eventually, and then I can figure out how to take care of that outside part. Now this will cover that split there nicely. Nicely. Yeah. So we got that going. Now we have to put these together, so all we're going to do is glue the inside. I had thought to leave them open and put information in here, identification, all that kind of stuff, and decided not to. Yeah, I decided I was just going to make them sort of like a card. Flat card. So I'll get them all glued, and then I'm going to take and put their names on it, and take a few stamps and hit with it. And try not to take too much time to decorate them. Now his has some like loopiness on the back here, so I gotta see how I gotta cut all that off. Okay, and then we have Carl Edwards. He's got a black one. All right, so I don't know how much stamping I'm gonna do on his, because this is really dark on the back. Whoop. Maybe I can find something in my paraphernalia here that would work for him. Oh, goodness. I did a video earlier that was another for my spooky journals, and I love doing those. I do. I love doing them. I know there's not everybody that likes Halloween, but I like the spooky part of it. Now, I'm not one to get out there. I used to go on the beat for the candy. Oh, yeah, I did. When I was little, boy, we would come home and try to figure out how much stuff we had purchased, or not purchased, but scared out of people. I guess that's it, because it's trick or treat, isn't it? Yeah, trick or treat. All right, I'm going to go ahead and trim up the rest of these, ink the outside edge, and I'll be right back. All right, from what it looks like here, I'd like Carl, Ernest to have black, and I think Dorothy will be white, because she's got like a light edge around the outside of hers, and I'm going to go ahead and trim it down a little bit. I don't know if you can see me. Let me move up a little bit. There we go. And I think about right there is good. Yeah, and I need to cut off a little bit here. I don't know that I'm going to actually need the rest of these names, but it was good of Tracy to add them. Okay, there's hers, and then Ernest, Brundle, and trying to figure out, I think I need to straighten that up. It's not quite straight. There. That helped immensely. Is that some... Okay, there's Ernest. That's pretty straight all the way around. All right, his is a little too big. Cut that down a tad. Whew, it ain't much to hang on to right here. Okay, let me... Okay, I got it. And his doesn't need to be trimmed down. All right, so let's... There we go. I'll set that over here. Who knows when I might need it again. So, let's get all this out of the way. And I'm going to glue these. I'm just going to go ahead and glue these to the front of everybody's cards here. I figured that's the easiest way to do it. I was going to do something with, you know, identification and all that with stamps, but tell you the truth, I can't do it on all of them because Carl's is so dark on the back. So we're going to put his name right there above the frame. And he's already, you know, there. So let's do hers. Hers, she's got like a broken glass kind of a look going on around hers. That's kind of neat. Like shattered. So I am not sure where to go with hers. I think I'll just go down here because I don't want to cover up most of her pretty dress. Trying to figure out if that's the right, yep, that's the right distance. Either side, we're good. She done? Let's do Carl. I had almost switched these guys because I kept looking at that older version with the beard of Ernest that they supply on that day when he arrives at the hall. And I kept thinking, this guy looks more like him facially than this guy. So I almost changed them around, but then I just kind of went with the public and left it that way. All right. So what we're going to do is go ahead and put them in here. Oh, there's a dot of glue I don't need. And go ahead and put them in here. I have never gotten the die for these things. I'm not really a fan of them, to tell you the truth. we're going to skip and go between. And see, it's like it doesn't want to go down in here. I guess once you might get it trained, it might go, but yeah. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I doubt if anybody will get in here but me. Alright, so I've got my 3 inspectors. Investigators, sorry. I've got little pieces up here about the cases solved and unsolved and things here. Now, I do know that on the front, we are going to have the Craftley Hall piece. And I did think to put that on the front of, actually, the journal. I need to save that, sorry. That needs to be saved. I think, yeah, CPI case 374. Well, I'm going to have to figure out something else to put on here, because this is not really have to do Craftley Hall. This is sort of like the area, the town. So I may have to do something else. Okay. You'll get to see. You'll get to see what happens at the very end. I do have his little goodies here. Let's see, everything's CPI case 374. I mean, it's all sort of involved with the case. I might go ahead and do it. We'll hold it to the side and think about it. All right, next, we're going to get inside, and we're going to start putting stuff down on our pages. So the opening page here, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the outside because it'll have the tab. Isn't that something? Okay, never mind. I know, it's getting late, so my brain is like going in meltdown. Alright, so we have this couple here that, look how much bigger she is than him. So that's the parents. I have this picture that I'm thinking could be her as a little girl. I'm not really sure I'm going to use that. That's just a thought. And I'm thinking maybe my story would be she was born a twin. And her little sister, maybe that could be her little sister that died. And so this is her, the one that lived. And she was always looking for her twin. I'm making it up as I go along, guys. And then we have this, which is an older couple on a stack of papers. These were all these papers and stuff that he had. And I like this. There was 3 of these frame things, and I cut them all out. And I'm thinking that may be like her as a little girl with her parents. So we can glue that together. And then I've got this. This was some kind of there was like a mega pick freebie she gave us. And I'm thinking that went on here or something. And so I decided this was about the only picture that would go in it. But I don't know whether that's one of the twins later on in life or what it is. But this is the other set of twins. There's 3. And one of them I only have here as a picture because I used that picture in one of my, pages way back. Here is another set of parents. Here they are really early on. And then I think this is the same couple, though she looks so familiar, and his hair is poofed up. So I'm thinking I can pass them as the same couple. And that's them later in life. And then this is the set of twins that they had. That looks like the ones from The Shining, I swear. That may be where that picture come from. Who knows? And then there's a little stack of photos, which the guy has a mustache. So maybe he was a twin or something. I don't know. Maybe that's where that's going. So this may be the ones I put on the front, because I think I need a bigger spread for this bunch. So we'll put them back over here. And then here is another set that probably needs a bigger spread. And here is that other little set of twins that I did definitely use also. So I don't think I have a big picture of them either. Oh, no, I do have it. So here's a bigger picture of them. And then here is who I think is their parents. Although I think the dress is a little different. He looks like he's wearing the same outfit there. Her dress looks a whole lot older, though. And then I have this one that does look like them later on. And then I have another frame. So we're just kind of winging it. And I had a bunch of these Craftley Haul items from the bottoms of the pages, so I kept them. And yeah, and then I have this little stack of just, I don't know, miscellaneous ephemera or something. Let's get to it. All right. So I'm going to have the young couple here like this. And actually, I may need a bigger page for them. Let's flip it. I got that one. That one. Oh, yeah, I've got 3 big pages, so let's go. The front I can do something else with. All right. Let me do around the outside edge. Maybe it'll be easier just to put them down. I'm going to put them down up here in the top. And more than likely, I'm just going to get in here and write names or something that, oh, that was too far up, of who I think this is. I may do all of that later instead of, now. I think it's going to take all I got just to get this decorated. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody is doing fine and enjoying the weather, whatever they're having. Some of us have been in the heat wave and been praying for rain, and then others of us are in the opposite direction and been getting too much rain and wanting, especially now that there's a hurricane going through. I shipped a book to somebody that they bought, and it has not got there yet. And I sent it when did I send it? I think I sent it at the end of July. And it was supposed to be there August 2nd, and it's still not there. I call every day to see what's going on, and I still haven't heard anything about it. So I think we'll do this like this. And yeah, let me put that up there. They've only got that one frame as decoration, so maybe we can put something here to stagger. Or maybe this pretty little lacy looking thing, whatever that is. I have no clue. This is part of her megapixel thingy that she gave us. So maybe I can put a word on there later. Yeah, I'm amazed. And that one time I sent out for the freebies on my page on Facebook, the Rotus Junk one, I had sent out the winners' items in a, what was that, a 5x7 envelope? And those things took like 3 weeks to get there. What is going on with the, the mailing systems anymore? I mean, I didn't think a 5x7 would cause that kind of trouble, to tell you the truth. Did not. But it did. Alright, so we have that. Got a little bit too much glue coming out. So now we're going to put about the twins. Maybe we can put this down. I have no clue what that thing is. But, yeah, maybe this could be something that's about the twins. I wondered about him just scribbling, you know, all over the page here to describe his thoughts. Because I don't think it's part of the case. This is just his hobby. Kind of like the one I've got that I've kind of abandoned. My genealogy. Oh my gosh, I gotta get back and do. Time passes so fast, and it's not going to take too long before it's going to be October, and we're going the first week kind of October. I'm not in shape. I quit eating right. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. So, yeah. It's one of those things. And I'm going to put this kind of here, because that's the parents later. Oh my goodness. It looks like it's going to try to rain out there. I've been watching the Olympics, of course, and been a lot of winners for the U.S. on a lot of different things. I'm proud of them. Especially these runners, they're doing so well. Now I have this. This is like, this might be the perfect thing to start with. This is his suitcase, showing all the different paperwork. And there was this little girl, and I don't think that was the one, oh, that I pointed at up here for that other couple. Where she's looking, no, that's a different one. Where she's looking for her twin. Nope, that's not this one. But they used the picture of this little girl right there. And it's like some kind of a little satchel notebooky thing. So I thought that might be perfect to put here. Yeah, I had a time trying to figure out what I wanted to wear. And if I wanted to use it on a page. And this was a very big kit to deal with. Very big kit. I know a lot of people just use the tag situation, kind of like I'm doing with the one concept of a tag book. But a lot of people didn't put them in a book. They actually just left them singly, and they were going to take and put them in a container of sorts, like a little long skinny box. I know that's what Jody Lewis was going to do. She's the one I started watching, and she introduced me to Craftly Hall. I'd never heard of it or seen or watched Tracy that much. I'd always heard of Tracy. She does some beautiful work. I've got a kit I still need to buy of hers, digital kit. That is, it's a bunch of ladies, Victorian ladies, sitting on the couch. And she called it Just Chillin'. It's kind of cool. But yeah, they're just kind of sitting on the couch chilling. Alright, that's good for there. Now we're going to do one of these in the middle. And I guess I need to put the parents and stuff on the one. This I figured looked like it was the house where they lived. Here's the little twin girls, so I can put that. This is sort of like they build up the story and do all that, and then, yeah, they have this later on. And I think I was going to put those twins in that. Or was I going to put these? No, I don't think they're going to fit. Yeah, they're not going to fit, so that goes there. Okay, let's get these down. I like this one. That's really pretty. I kind of like that as sort of a frame. It has no rhyme or reason. I have no clue what this thing is, so I'm going to kind of put it on there just for a backdrop of sorts. So we got something to look at with some color. And we're going to put that one there. And then this one can go over here. And I'll put the house at the bottom. That's how I'll do it. And the twins will be on the right. Yeah. That will work. It's kind of showing the parents through life there. I love these little piles of paper, though. They're kind of cool. There were several piles of stuff they found in the old bureau as we were reading the story. That's the thing. I've got to get this done so I can read I can read this story to you, because I know there's a lot of you that wanted to hear it again. All right, I think I'm going to do that like this. And I'm going to put them down first. I think that'll be easier. I'm trying to flesh out in my mind the story that is supposed to be going along with this. Because it's something about, it's an oddity for this community to have this many twins that are all born within, so much time of each other. They look like they're kind of all in the same time period in a way. And so he's trying to figure out if there's an ulterior motive. What actually happened in Lower Craftley? Was there, and I even suggested this because she was wanting ideas on her Facebook page, and she was trying to come up with something else. Well, I had mentioned doing, a follow-up, because actually, the investigators, the very last paragraph talks about them following up, and the ghosts were happy, there was no further occurrences and things like that. But I thought it would be kind of cool if he did a little bit of researching while he's there, and he does some of his twin research while he goes and does a follow-up with the binders. So what I thought would happen is he goes and finds out that back in the Victorian times there was a witch, a local witch, and she was not happy with something. I haven't got that far, So she was not happy with something that happened. And she goes and, what was it? Hey, there's that little girl again. I'm going to have to check and see if I used her twice. yeah, so she was either not happy with somebody at Craftley Hall or just Lower Craftley, somewhere in the vicinity. And so she went and put a hex on the, what would you say, put a hex in the water system? Or something like that is what I'm thinking of. Because she was going to get him back. Maybe it was, maybe it was something to do with one of the men had an affair with her, and then she became pregnant or something, and he did not want anything to do with her. He didn't want to have any children. He didn't want any responsibilities, anything like that. So he finally fell in love or something, and she hexed him. I'm trying to figure out how I can get all of these on here. And she hexed him to where he would have lots of children. So he had a lot of twins. I'm thinking that's how I want to work it. I'm still not sure though. Let me flip back here and see if I've got that little girl already. Was it on the front? No, is that the same one? No, that's a different girl. Okay, we can use her if she'll fit. Yeah, so, let's see, that's her, and then she grew up. This is her little sister that died, her twin sister. I'm trying to figure out how to get that on there. Let me kind of rip it. Give it a little bit of roughage here. So, yeah, so I'm thinking there's something to do with that. And then, of course, each one of the sets of twins that they had also had twins. That's sort of my story. It's probably one I need to work on a little bit more to iron it out. I think that's kind of cool right there. So yeah. So of course this girl was a twin. This was her little sister that passed away. And then she later on had twins. So it's like it's like once the person, the hexed guy had all of these twins. And then those twins had twins. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Tell me if you like my story. Does it have any solid, like Wayne, especially Wayne? I mean, this is just something I just come up with off the fly right now. But would that be something that goes along with these pictures I'm kind of putting together? And, yeah. Oh, I'll have to really think that out. Oh, gosh, that's crooked. Oh, I just had enough to straighten it out. Okay. So, now on this side, this is her as a baby. She's grown up, got married. This is her twin sister. As a child, she was always looking for her twin sister, so that probably needs to go there. Or maybe I can cut it down and put it there. How much room do I need over here? I don't think I need that much. And that's the children they had. I'm still not sure. Maybe this is the guy that they hexed. I don't. He doesn't look old enough or something. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe I can just use that. Yeah, I'm not sure about this person, so I'm not going to use them. I think I'm going to go ahead and just put that up there. That leaves me all this room to write. So I think that's how we're going to swing it. I haven't practiced my calligraphy in a long time, so I don't know if I'm going to try to do calligraphy or how I'm going to go about it. I do love this little frame, though. Maybe I can just put those people on the back. And that's a case that he's researching. That may be another set of twins. Or she's pregnant with twins. Who knows? It's a continuing case. Yeah. Like that. So let's go ahead and get this on the back page. That's our last page. So let's do it. We're going to go ahead and put this down. It's going to be somebody, a new set of people that's going to be having twins. And yeah. Okay. I love this old look. Mom used to do something called pickling, and I think it was where she would take a paintbrush and she would have an undercolor. I guess you would say that's the way to say it. A base color, and then it was always like a darker shade. And then she would go and take a white or a cream, a light cream, and she'd take a paintbrush, one of those wide ones, and she would dip it in the paint, and then she would go and put it onto the surface. Oh gosh, how is that supposed to work? It's a little too big. I'll just stick it on there in the center. Yeah, but then she would put it on, and then she would make it was a dry brushing technique. I need to keep my mind on what I'm telling you. Yeah, it was a dry brushing technique. So she put it on there and made sure it was just like real stringy looking. I'm sure you've seen pickling. At least that's what I thought that was. I really don't know. I'm going to stick this back here just for somewhere to put it. And then we got all these little words and things we got to use. Put that there. Now I still need to go through here and scuff things around. I've got a set of words here. I'm thinking I'm going to use the unsolved for this set. This I'm going to put solved on the front of the actual journal, I believe. And yeah, and then we have France and all these little doodahs, and then I've got these that were supposed to go up here. I actually put a little vintage photo on them. Get in there. They aren't easy to get in there, that's for sure. I might have to put a little dab of glue to make them stay in there. I think they're a little too long. Yeah. There we go. So what do we need to do here? I'm going to put that on the front of my book. This one right here. Needs a little ink. Oh, I did a little bit of paper dyeing in the grass the other day, and I have been wanting to do a burgundy color, but I haven't had success getting out there. So I'm wondering if maybe tomorrow is the day, because Friday we got to go somewhere. She already got with me, and we we have to go somewhere. Oh, and it's supposed to have unsolved on it. Okay. So let's throw some ink on there. So I'm thinking maybe the unsolved needs to be at the top. Okay. And he can change that one. He solves it. I'm going to scuff it. It needs some scuffing. I need a little bit more of this. Okay, yeah. Needs some scuffing. A little bit of this. Ooh, that's dark. That's okay. That'll work. Oh, my husband's back. He's back. Alright, so I don't know, I'm just going to put a few little things in here. I don't know what I would do with approved. We're going to put this little guy right there. Just for some letters and numbers. We got declined and approved. And I have no earthly idea why I would use those. I've got Francaise here. I'll just stick that down there. It needs something. Make sure I can get it straight. There, I think it's straight. Alright, so let's see what else I can put in here just to kind of dress it up. This, I have no idea. I can't read that. Must be a doctor wrote it. Usually I'm reading all that crazy stuff in the courthouses. In the books. Okay. We have this one. Oh, we got these. Let's see. Memories. Lost and found. My love. There and back. And never far. All right. So, I would like to put, where was the one where, okay, there. See, net lost and found. I think I'd like that here. Okay. Yeah, just like that. And I'm going to put this maybe here, just for something. Try to get it straight. I did like the My Love for this one. They look like lovebirds. Yeah, right there. And never far.
It was down about 4 feet.
Oh.
Last year when I was up there in October, it was down about 12 then.
Are you going to go fishing tomorrow?
I want to, but I'm too damn tired to get my stuff together.
Okay.
It's gonna rain anyway. It's thunder now.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to do something out there. He wants to go fishing. Okay, I'll put this little funny looking thing there. And the declined and approved. I cannot figure out what to do with those two. Okay, that was lost and found. I'm going there. Never far. I guess I'll put that on this back page. I'm not exactly sure how that makes any sense, though. Maybe I'll think about it later. Think about it later. And then there and back. I think I'll put it on this page, and then this little one, I'm going to have to toss it because I don't have anything for it to go for. Okay. There and back. I'll just stick that here. And approved and declined. I haven't the foggiest. So, anyhow, so far, that is my book. It's going to get sewn in there. I still have the ink around it and everything, but it gives you a general idea of what I'm going to do. And I'm going to probably get in here and try to make some scribbly writing and in the book itself. So, and then these two pieces are going in on the cover of the book. This little guy, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. He may be in here somewhere. Who knows? But I still have a few decisions to make on this. But you got to see where I was going with it. So I really appreciate you coming to get an idea of what I'm doing. I'm going to be sewing into that. And I may be putting some lace or something on the edge there to hide that. All right. I really, really appreciate you coming and joining me today. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.